Hello friends, welcome back to another episode, and in this video we'll be quickly doing the speed test comparison between the Xiaomi Mi MiX versus the Galaxy S8 Plus from Samsung. So let's quickly start with the speed test and quickly taking a note on the specs while powering on both the devices to see which boots faster. The S8 Plus on the right hand has an Exynos 8895 processor, while the Mi MiX has a Snapdragon 821 clocked at 2.35 GHz. The S8 Plus has a 4 gigs of RAM, while the Xiaomi Mi MiX on the other hand has a 6 gigs of RAM with a 256 GB internal storage. So you can see that the S8 Plus boots faster than the Mi MiX. The screen on the Mi MiX is a 6.4 inch screen, while on the S8 Plus it's a 6.2 inch Infinity display. So let's quickly unlock the device and start with the speed test. So 4.1 GB of RAM is available on the Mi MiX, while on the S8 Plus the available RAM is around 1.8 GB. So let's start with the first game, the Temple Run 2. So the S8 Plus runs on Android 7.0 Nougat, while the Mi MiX is still on the Android Marshmallow operating system. It runs the MIUI, while the S8 Plus runs the TouchWiz. So you can see that S8 Plus loads Temple Run 2 much faster in comparison to the Mi MiX. So the score is 1-0. So now starting with the second game, the Sonic Dash, and again I see that it starts loading faster and it has completely loaded on the S8 Plus, while it's still struggling to load on the Mi MiX. So the score comes down to a 2-0. Now quickly we'll be playing the third game, the Subway Surfers. The resolution on the S8 Plus is a 1440x2960, while on the Mi MiX it's a 1080x2040. So again the score goes to 3-0, 3 on the S8 Plus while a 0 on the Mi MiX. Coming to the fourth game, the Mario Run. So you can see the gorgeous display on both the devices. I've been using these devices from a long time, and all I can say is that both the displays are very beautiful in their aspects. So again a win for the S8 Plus, so the score comes down to 4-0. Starting with the fifth game, the Riptide GP by Vector Unit. So again loads faster on the S8 Plus, taking the score and the lead to a 5-0. So I'll be doing 2 rounds of the speed test. So we'll be testing all these games once again, quickly hitting the 6th game, the Smash Hit. And what I expect that again it loads faster on the Galaxy S8 Plus. So quickly we'll be now going back to the home screen, opening the folder and starting with the next game, which is the Riptide GP Renegade, again by Vector Unit. So if you love some racing games, some water racing games, then definitely I'll be recommending the Riptide GP and the Riptide Renegade. Very aggressive games. So again a win for the Galaxy S8 Plus, taking the lead to a 7-0. So the clear winner in the round 1 seems to be the Galaxy S8 Plus. So a tie on these applications of Times of India. Now starting with the next application, the InShots. A very handy application. If you want the news to be very short and very crisp, then definitely this is a must-have application to download. InShots also loaded faster, taking the score to 8-0. So quickly we'll be going back to the home screen once again, and we'll be opening the Chrome browser and we'll be loading some website to see which phone loads the website faster. So quickly we'll be clicking gsavarena.com, opening on both, and now we'll be scrolling down a little bit, and here some articles: Samsung Galaxy J3, Microsoft Cloud, Nokia 3310. So a relaunch of Nokia 3310. So let's quickly click on this article and you can see that the loading time is nearly the same on both the devices. So once again we'll be going back and loading some other article. So let's hit this article. Let's click on the brand Samsung. So loaded faster on the MiX, and again you can see loading faster on the MiX. So the score comes down to 8-1. And now quickly we'll be loading the YouTube application, the final application for the speed test. And you can see that it loads faster on the MiX, taking the score to 8-2. So quickly we'll be starting with the round 2 to see which applications have been retained in the memory by both the phones. So you can see over here that the S8 Plus I told you has a 4 gigs of RAM. So running this application Temple Run 2 is starting from the scratch, and it's loading once again, while the MiX with 6 gigs of RAM loads it from the point where we left it. And similar is the condition with Sonic Dash. That Sonic Dash is loading from the scratch point in the S8 Plus, while it is preloaded in the MiX. Quickly we'll be seeing the third game. So in lap 2 the score goes up to 3-0 as the MiX manages to hold all applications in the background due to hefty amount of RAM, which is 6 gigs. So quickly going back again to the home screen and starting with the fourth game, the Mario Run. So again the Mario Run is loading on both the devices, and here we can see that it has preloaded on the MiX while it is loading as the initial in the S8 Plus. So let's see with some other game like the Riptide GP Renegade. So preloaded on both the devices, so no loading needed. And now we'll be testing this Smash Hit game, and you can see that the Smash Hit is preloaded on the MiX while the S8 Plus loads it once again. So the MiX 5-0 in lap 2. Quickly clicking Times of India, loading faster on the MiX. And now coming to the next application, the InShots. So yes, nearly preloaded on both the phones. Clicking on Chrome. So yes, preloaded on both the devices, and finally clicking YouTube. So again you can see here that the MiX has the YouTube application also preloaded, and it is not refreshing for the new data, while the S8 Plus has to refresh data once again. So in round 2 we can clearly say that the MiX leads due to the hefty amount of RAM, and it has a score of 7-0, while in the first round the S8 Plus managed to defeat the MiX by 8-2. So we'll be loading the Temple Run 2 once again to see whether S8 Plus holds it in the memory or not. But yes, the same problem once again, the MiX has it in the background memory while the S8 Plus still loads it from the initial point, and the amount of RAM left in the MiX is 1.8 GB after running all these applications and the music player, while on the S8 Plus I doubt that even 1 gigs of RAM will be free, and I hope and I expect somewhere around 700 to 800 MB free RAM. So you can see that 789 MB of RAM is free. So coming to a conclusion, I would definitely say that in terms of speed the S8 Plus is a clear winner, but in memory management and holding the apps the MiX performs better. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope the video was helpful, and if you like my work please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Stay connected.